Welcome back everybody to the Whimsicraft server. It's really good to be back on here. I say that every time, but of course it's true. It is good to come back in here and play with friends and see how things have changed. Hopefully you watched my last video, which I thought did surprisingly well on YouTube. You never know what's going to pop after you. Some videos that you don't think will do well do well, and then the opposite is true as well. But the fountain, people seem to love it. I don't know why. It's a great build. There's nothing special, I think. It's certainly not as good as the villa or the boat. But hey, that's the algorithm, so I'm not going to fight it. Now I'm flying over a bit of construction I've been doing off camera, and this is the build up to really the next major build I'll be having around the base. So I've kind of outlined plans at some points in time in previous episodes. For like the theme I'm going for this season, or the kind of build that I'm trying to generate, and it's going to be modern / industrial / nautical. So we have the boat in a modern style, we got the villa in like a super modern style, like this classic kind of white, I don't know what material they make it out of really. I guess it's concrete in real life as well, but you know what I'm talking about. It's like the very modern look for the houses. And now I'm thinking of moving on to terraforming the coast around here, the shape of this coast, and adding in some buildings and like a kind of port. This is something that's being built nearby. I don't think that's a spoiler, but maybe I'll block it out just in case. Yeah, this is going to be a kind of marina / cargo port / ferry port. Anything really that I can think of. I don't have a plan outside of knowing the general style that I want to go for. Everything I do is kind of on the fly, but it seems to work out okay. What are you going to do? Things are working out so far. So what I've done is, it took me a long time to gather all this stone, and a long time to place all this stone. I've done a rudimentary wall, so like a harbour wall type scenario, all around the coastline, bracketing the yacht as if it's docked, basically, because previously it was just up against the shoreline, which is fine, I guess, but we want to have some infrastructure on the shore to make it look like it's actually docked here for a reason. And in case you're questioning my dedication, yes, the walls got... Whoops, I'm caught in magma. I need to get out of this. In case you're questioning my dedication with the walls, yes, they go down as far as they need to. I guess that's a bad example because I didn't finish that pillar off. That's quite a way down. But they go down pretty deep, and it took a lot of stone to get all this in place. I just wanted it to look as realistic as possible, basically. And that meant taking it down as far as it would go in most cases. I think down here is another deep part. Or maybe it's not here. Can I fly underwater? No, I can't. I think the next part's quite deep. But regardless, what I'm basically saying is I didn't take any shortcuts. I don't take shortcuts in. I do a good job first time. Well, that's not even true either. Now I'm trying to... Oh, who's that?
Hi, Rock. Okay, this is awkward.
I nearly hit you in the eye then. I'm doing an intro actually, but you can be in the intro if you like.
Oh.
It's Will, by the way. It's Will, everybody.
It is.
Have you flown away? I thought I saw somebody else flying there. Okay, let me land if I can.
I was gonna say, you okay?
I just can't. I'm in third person. I've got to go into first person. Okay, now it'll be easier. Okay, I was in third person. I could not do it because I just can't do anything in third person. I was just introing. You've probably seen a bit of change around here. But you dropped off you came to drop off that wither skull, which thank you, by the way, for.
Yeah. You are welcome.
I needed stone, so I needed a beacon to mine stone to do this. This is all going to be covered up. I don't like nature, so we're going to cover it all up.
The rock guy doesn't like nature. It's funny.
Down with the trees, down with the greenery. No, I've got plans. It's going to work out in the end. The stone is more of a placeholder, so to speak, but I haven't gone crazy. I'm not just covering everything with stone just for a laugh.
Well,
but I could do if I wanted to.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could.
But I might not be invited to next season if I did, so.
I mean, it's whimsical, so I'd argue otherwise.
Okay, well, sorry if I stopped you on the way somewhere. I nearly hit you in midair, that was quite amazing.
Because I was going to shoot you and then fly away, but then I saw you and...
and heard me talking.
Yeah. I was like, okay, this is a bit awkward.
You're going to snipe me as I'm doing my intro. It's still recording, I don't know what I'm going to include with this conversation. Oh, you missed?
Well...
That's how good a shot is, Will, everybody. That's how good a shot Will is.
Whoa.
Oh, he finally got me. You're a flame, that's not fair. Put me on fire.
Yeah. Good job on 100 subs, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
103 or something now, I saw.
Oh yeah, it's shooting up. Like I said, it's going to be 200 by next week. Well, doubtful, but...
It could. Honestly, it could. I wouldn't, rule it out.
No, it's just baby steps, isn't it? I mean, you got to celebrate these small milestones because you can't wait until you hit 1,000 because you probably never will.
Exactly.
Or maybe you have. What are you on?
430.
Oh, 430. Oh, you're halfway there.
Yeah.
Very good.
Thanks. Right, I'll leave you. Oh, okay.
Missed. That was my lame attempt today at a prank back.
Oh.
Go on, just pretend like you don't know what's going on.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh, he's in the water, he's in the water.
Oh my god.
Can you swim? Are you okay? Can you swim?
Oh, no, I actually...
Oh, we've killed Will. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Yeah.
Prank gone wrong. You better watch your back, Will. I owe you one now.
I'll wait for it.
Yeah,
Oh, look who's turned up.
Hello. Hi, Toby. There's currently a TNT cannon on the way.
Oh! Oh! Oh my god!
Well, you came at the right time, buddy.
Oh my god!
I think you hit the wrong thing. You think I saved your base there? Oh, yeah, that was it.
People like German. No, it was not me. I didn't buy out all of them. I actually only spent 9 diamond blocks, which is fair.
Wait, 9 diamond blocks? I haven't even got that much.
Rock.
I mean, he had to go to all 6.
Oh, look at that.
I would not have stolen anything.
I didn't have time to steal anything. But that's a lot of diamond blocks. Okay, so that is on fire. What am I hearing? The shopping district's really coming along. I like it. Okay, so I do need concrete actually for the next part of this build. But I think I'm going to have to make it myself because I am not paying 5 diamonds for a stack of concrete. Right, let's go back to the area. That was a good diversion. I haven't been to the shopping district for a while. It's always nice to see what's happening. Yeah, so I'll run you through what's going on here. I've started delimiting out some spaces, as you can see with the netherrack, for the builds I want to have on the harbour. So I want to have an office building here. I've called it the terminal office just for now. This would handle things like tickets to go on. Oh, just AZL's gone up in flames. Like if you want to buy a ticket to go on your cruise, for example, or if you need a passport or something. Just a kind of office building for kind of generic activities. Or if you want to ship a container, this kind of thing. We'll have a small lighthouse or something resembling a lighthouse in this area. If you're watching my LP, you'll see that I've built a very, very big lighthouse. And it would be cool to do again. But I don't really see the point in duplicating builds between my LP and Whimsicraft. doesn't make sense to build the exact same one again, although I do love it so much. So we'll probably just build a smaller one, but I think you need a lighthouse because there's ships involved, and the ship is coming in at night, and if it hasn't got good navigation, it can use the lighthouse. I don't think lighthouses are used that much nowadays, but still. So here I wanted to have some kind of like, not so much a warehouse, but like a repair center. I'm not really sure if that's the word, that's the right term to use. Like if the boats need repairing, you can bring the parts here. It's obviously not somewhere you would build a boat, it's not big enough for that. But I want to have something resembling like a workshop here. This I could use as an entrance to connect to the main path, although the entrance I've been planning on working with is here, which I need to terraform and connect. Well, I might have to take this tree down, but still. And so along here, I've built this second level to kind of separate the villa from the dock, the harbour, which I think has worked out quite nicely. Because I was going to initially try and grade the land just with a slope down, but I think this works much better. It looks more supported, so to speak. Here, which are the things that we might build next, oops, other side of the sign, some cranes. So if you've ever been down to docks and where they have the shipping containers ready to be loaded onto cargo ships, you have cranes that do this work. Obviously the containers, they're quite large, they're quite heavy. You can't just push them onto a boat, for example. So I figured I'd have two different cranes here. Crane 2 was back there, this is crane 1 here. And we want to build some shipping containers in that space, ready for loading. I've got a good design I found online, which I want to replicate, and they look so good. Here we'll just use this kind of odd little part with some extra terraforming, push back this sand a little bit, just for extra storage. That's coming along nicely. But yeah, it's a good plan. We've got a decent amount of the space, at least this side, marked off. We'll be able to do stuff in here as well, and we'll have more texture in this stone. I filled everything in with stone. Oh, let's stop here actually. Oh, I missed. Unbelievable. Can I get up without going too far? Perfect. Yeah, I filled this in with stone for convenience, but we're going to texture this as well. When it's done, it's going to look really amazing. Here, I left a little gap in between my markers, and we might build a little jetty. Not all the way out to the ship, just extending 5 or 6 blocks. It's the kind of thing, like in real life, it could extend if you needed it to, or the boat could come a bit closer in. I don't want to actually connect this to the boat, but still. So we'll get on with some of this. We'll start some building, and I'll bring you back once I've made a bit of progress. So guys, what do you think of this? I think it's turned out quite nicely. Like I said, this is a design I found online just via Google search. I didn't really have much of an idea how to build shipping containers, but I think the design works really well, and this is just one of the colours that this guy, which I'll link in the description, was showcasing. He used different colours of concrete actually, coupled with the different wood types. I thought the yellow one might be a good one to start with. I used wool here instead of concrete. I've said previously that I don't like concrete too much because it's extremely bland. At least with wool you see a texture, although the texture pack that I'm using ironically kind of decreases the noise in the wool pattern to make it look a little bit smoother, because normal wool can still be a bit noisy, I think is the term. But you could use yellow to have a cutter, you could use concrete, you could use wool, it doesn't matter. As long as you pair it up with the bamboo blocks, it works quite nicely. So I think we'll build a few more. It turned out being bigger than I expected. I just measured, I didn't really put a lot of planning into this, I just thought I can have this space for containers. I realised pretty quickly it was going to take up most of the length this way. I couldn't even have it lengthways this way because it would have been too short. I mean, these blocks can be moved, they're just guidelines, but what I think I'll do is I'll have 2 high for some of them. I'll have a second row here, probably offset a little bit coming down this way, which is either 1 or 2 high. So we'll build 3 in total, and then we'll see how that looks. And we'll pile up some other stuff in here, like barrels, or maybe we'll move some of those kelp blocks. This is kind of like one of the storage areas that you would have materials temporarily kept before loading onto a cargo ship. And although it would be nice, I'm not planning on building a cargo ship in this part of the water because it's going to encroach a bit too much. In fact, it would encroach significantly on Tram's base there. So we're going to have to not have the cargo ship at least there. Maybe I can have it further out coming in towards the port. And we'll build it the right way around this time, guys, don't worry. I know everyone's commenting saying my ship is pointing the wrong way. But ships can reverse. They don't have to always go forwards. This is what I keep telling the people on the server. It's pointing in now, but that's not a problem. It can still get out if it needs to. Anyway, this turned out well. I might put some carpet on top to make it spawn proof. That probably is a good idea. And then we'll move on to the next one. Oh, but if I'm going to build one on top, it just needs to be spawn proofed. Only the top one needs to be spawn proofed. I'll work it out. Okay, see you in a bit. Okay, welcome back everybody. So we've done these 3 containers, which I think have worked out quite nicely. We've got the different colours, the yellow, the grey and the red. There were options to do different colours. You could have done blue, could have done green, because there's wood types and blocks we could use for the trapdoors and the stairs that would fit any colour really. We may end up doing some over there. If you remember, I said there was a bit of space still left to fill in, or possibly one down there, but I don't think down here we'll have enough space. This is quite a small part. Maybe there'll be space here. I haven't counted this out, but it'd be a bit of a squeeze. I need to work out what's going on with the land here, push the sand back in particular. But let's just go over here and take a look from a different direction. So I think they do look quite impressive and quite high up here. Maybe we can land on tram space. I'm not sure if I should be showing all this, so I might have to cut some parts out. I don't want to have any spoilers. So from this angle, I think they look great. So you've got the 2 high here, the grey and the red. We've got the 1 high here. I need to do something about the spawn proofing on this roof actually. I'll get some carpets for that, and on the top of there. This is just mangrove wood with the trapdoors. The black textured another stone brick. I'm not a fan of the burgundy, as I keep on saying in different episodes. It kind of works out okay here. This is red terracotta. This was the white, sorry, not the white wool, the grey wool and the andesite. It comes together quite nicely, and I think the stacking looks quite good as well. I still think they're quite big compared to some of the other builds. I'm not sure if they're too big, but I'm not going to change them now. I've done enough. I think they will fit. So what we want to do now is just, oops, I didn't mean to go crashing into that. We'll put some other stuff in and around this area, just like these things, just to give it kind of more of a detailed and a more exciting look. It's supposed to be the storage area. We might get a start on one of the cranes, but I'm not sure about that. I want to make this look good, this little segment that I've blocked off, which involves texturing some of this stone floor. I want to make this good before I move on to the next one. I don't want to leave these jobs half finished, although that's not to say I have finished every job perfectly in the past. I think the container's good, they're done, so let's get to work on some of this extra detailing. Okay, welcome back guys. You saw in the compilation there, the little time lapse, that I did a bit of resource gathering, and we also got delivered. So thank you to Will. 3 boxes of deep slate, 3 shulker boxes of deep slate, which I certainly needed. I was running low on deep slate. I've got the blackstone that I need, which is not really a lot. But the real blocks I needed were the green blocks, so the prismarine, the warped stem, and I've got some copper going in these furnaces here, which I will make into blocks and then oxidize, so we can integrate some copper into the build as well. Everything's ready to go. Oh, and also the green terracotta here. Yeah, everything's ready to go, so we're just going to start building. Once again, I apologize that I'm not up to speed with some of these mods that make the build process look really good, like replay mod, or there's a new one I think that's replaced replay mod. So I'll cut back when I've made some progress and do the usual thing, but I promise that soon I'll try and get these mods working, free cam or replay mod or whatever it takes to do some recordings of the builds. I think people enjoy them a little bit more rather than the montages, but I could be wrong. Okay, so let's get going, and I'll bring you back when things are getting when I've made a bit more progress. Welcome back, everybody. As you can see, we've made a lot of progress. This is the tower that we started building, and that will eventually have a crane on top. So it's a tower crane build. I thought I'd stop after this first structure had been built, just to give you an update. So we've got some wheels at the bottom and some lighting just to keep the mobs away, which is important. Right, so some wheels, so the idea would be this crane could move backwards and forwards on tracks, although in reality of course it can't, but that's the design idea. I'm using combinations of green, as I've already suggested. We should be able to get up most of this. The design's quite intricate with these X-shaped cross beams, I guess you'd call them, as supports. And they took a long while to do. You can imagine when you're working with slabs. Placing slabs like this, there's a lot of placing and removing certain things, because you have to place a lot of blocks as kind of guide blocks. It was a little bit annoying, but it's done now. So we have, I think, 4 or 5 of these sections all the way to the top. I can fly up actually. We'll get a better view from this way anyway. It does look good from this particular angle. Just swing around a little bit more. Right, there we go. So it's pretty tall. It's quite tall. The containers are down below. I've started putting carpets on the roof to spawn proof them, but I ran out of carpet for both. He's going to buy some wool from the wool shop. But yeah, the crane's coming along. I've got my jump boost enabled with the beacon, which is certainly helping with the build process. And the next step is to build the actual crane, which will be pointing off in that direction, overhanging the water, kind of like close to the containers. So obviously the idea would be that these containers could be moved onto a ship that comes to dock. If this were a functioning dock, which it's not, it's all Minecraft, but we know that, don't we? I'm not pulling the wool over anybody's eyes. This is, nothing in Minecraft is functional, but we do it because it's art. It's a form of expression, and this is a really cool way to express creativity, I think. So let me keep going with this, and I'll bring you back once I've done a bit more. Welcome back, everybody. Okay, I think we're going to call this episode a day. It's been a lot of work, which has lasted quite a few weeks in real life, and I'm pretty happy with the progress. I mean, first of all, just thinking back to what we've achieved this episode, we've got the entire harbour wall, the platform, all stacks and stacks and stacks of stone, all mined, all placed manually. I mean, that was a task. The containers, which look great, and the crane itself, which fits in so nicely, I think, with the theme that we have going on this coast. The render distance is too small to show the villa, which is unfortunate, but it looks really good as well behind. You can imagine the guy who owns the docks is sitting in there watching the operations, making sure everything's running smoothly. The crane itself, yeah, I'm very pleased with. So the video you just saw showed the building process. There was the tower, then there was the actual crane itself. There's the counterweight at the back, and there's the driver's cabin, which you can see with the quartz. And of course we have the, what would you call this? The hook, whatever it's called, that will move the containers. I could do another one a bit further down, but I thought I'd stop at this point, because I think I want to wrap this up. We can do some more additions to it. We can make some more changes, but I think for now we should consider it finished, and we'll move on to something different next time, which will be good, because you want to populate this entire harbour, this entire marina, with cool builds just like this. So I hope you enjoyed watching. I really enjoyed making this video. I enjoyed the build, and I wish I could do some more things like this in my Let's Play world as well. I don't really touch on the modern / industrial style, but I think I ought to. So, okay, once again, thank you again for watching, and hopefully join us for the next episode. I don't know what we're going to be doing, but it should be something fun. Cool. Have a good one, guys. See you later.